All right, I've been hearing good things about this Snake Eyes movie. Let's see. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. I just got back from watching the movie Snake Eyes, and with Snake Eyes, it's the latest G.I. Joe film that tells us the origin story of a future G.I. Joe member, Snake Eyes. That's all pretty much say without giving any spoilers to you guys. This is a spoiler-free review. Now, as far as where I stand with G.I. Joe, I never grew up on it. I never ended up collecting any of the toys. In fact, this right here is probably the first G.I. Joe figure I've ever owned, and mainly it was because it came with this cute little doggy that reminded me of mine. But even with my lack of interest for G.I. Joe or not growing up with that nostalgic feeling for it, I am always rooting for a G.I. Joe movie to do good, because I really do see the potential in a G.I. Joe franchise, just a group of interesting characters, an action-packed movie, and nowadays where everything needs to be a cinematic universe, like the G.I. Joe franchise has all of that in it. So when they were trying to do that with Snake Eyes and started off, I was like, okay, seems kind of random, but I'll give it a shot. And man, this movie was just not for me. I have a hard time calling this a bad movie or a terrible movie, but it really is just such a bland film that feels okay. The entire time watching this movie, I just could not find myself interested or invested into the characters of Snake Eyes, and that really sucks because I like the actor Henry Golding, but the way they portray Snake Eyes in this movie, like, he is so unlikable. You have a hard time being on his side. In fact, his main future adversary, Storm Shadow, who I might say, they put the post-credit scene in the damn trailer of this movie. So that's what we doing now. Post-credit scenes are in trailers. But that guy who's supposed to be one of the future main adversaries, bad guys, like, I actually was feeling sympathy towards and was wanting to be on his side and like, yo, Snake Eyes ain't really that great of a guy. Along with that, his origin, motivations, and the reasons he becomes Snake Eyes just come off so unimaginative and dull. Like, throughout the movie, he has to go through like a series of tests to prove that he is this like ultimate ninja warrior, when each one of these tests could not be more lame than the last one. But I know what some of y'all were thinking, because I was thinking the same thing. Okay, even if I'm not interested in the story at hand, if the characters are a little bland, the trailer made it look like there's gonna be some awesome martial arts action sequences going on. And nope, I don't know who in Hollywood keeps teaching these directors and cinematographers that when you're filming an action scene, it's the coolest thing to shake the camera really hard, zoom in, zoom out, cut 20 times within every punch to where the audience has no idea to what is happening in the action. Like, the action in this movie could have been the thing for me to go like, yeah, the movie might have been a little weak here and there, but boy, yo, it is some eye candy. The martial arts is awesome. There are so many moments in here where you could have really have had a great action sequences. Like, they try to set up so good, and I was even in my seat like, oh boy, here we go. Let's see what goes on. Where you have two guys versus like 20, 30 people, and in a matter of like 3 seconds, all those 20 people fall to the floor and you saw like maybe 5 punches fly in the air. The action scenes do get a little better towards the end of the movie, but by that time, I really think you're just going to be checked out of the film and just waiting for it to end. To me, the best parts of this movie is when they were doing the G.I. Joe stuff, because I think they did a horrible job of marketing this character as part of the movie, but Samara Weaving in here plays another G.I. Joe character, and every time Samara Weaving is in this movie, she elevates the film. She makes it a lot more entertaining, and it makes me almost a little sad that this will probably be the end of G.I. Joe for a while, because I highly doubt they're going to continue making a sequel of Snake Eyes or another G.I. Joe film. I also think hardcore G.I. Joe fans are going to be very disappointed with the origin story behind Snake Eyes and some of the things they decide to change in there, because even I know very little about Snake Eyes and G.I. Joe, but I know what they did on screen is not true to the character. But like I said, it's not terrible. It's not the worst movie of the year. It's just very much a film where it's like, been there, done that. Brings nothing new to the table, comes off like a generic early 2000s action movie, and another one of the cases where it's a failed startup to another cinematic universe. So for Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, I'm gonna give action 3 stars here, and while there is plenty of action going on, because they try to do a lot of fight sequences here, they are just not a pleasure to watch or well choreographed at all. Comedy in the movie, I'm gonna give it 1 star. It's not really a funny film. They try adding in a joke here and there, but it's nothing that'll really get you laughing all that hard. Drama in the movie, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. I was not invested at all into the story they were throwing in here. It's just such a generic revenge thriller. Horror in the film, I'll give no stars to. There's nothing really here that'll terrify you. Suspense of the film, I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Like I said, since it's predictable and you know where the story is headed, you're not really fearful for some of the main characters since they have plot armor. Casual fans, I'm gonna give it a B-. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a C-. And critically, I'm going to give it a C-. For Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, it's one I would suggest you wait to rent.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
Again, that's just my opinion on the movie. I could be completely wrong, and maybe G.I. Joe fans absolutely love this and want to see more of the world. To me, if you make another G.I. Joe movie, make it a G.I. Joe team-up movie. Have fun with the universe. Don't try and take it too seriously. I think maybe that's the problem with the G.I. Joe world. It's kind of wacky and weird. You have a bunch of colorful, skillful military people. Lean into that. Stop trying to be so grounded and dark in here when that's obviously not working. But also be sure to leave me your thoughts on Snake Eyes if you got around to watching it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.